Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about BravoCon. Welcome. Give you guys a few seconds to come on in the room so we can chat. I am here in Las Vegas. Y'all, it is raining cats and dogs. Listen, Vegas obviously doesn't get a whole lot of rain. Um, if y'all would see how it looks out there like a rushing river, I mean, it was crazy. So it's been wet, kind of a crazy day. Your girl is tired, but as I promised, I'm here to give you guys just a little bit of the tea that I have gathered for you all while I've been here. Yesterday, we got here. It was about 5 p.m. on yesterday. We had a long, long day yesterday. Got here just in time to check into the hotel, get a little rest, and get ready for the Bravos last night. Now, they taped last night. It will air on Sunday, so you guys be on the lookout for that. So, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know some of the awards that were given out, some of the things that went down, and you want to watch it, hop off, y'all. They're going to air it on Sunday. But I'm gonna give you a few of the spoilers. I'm not gonna tell y'all everything. But y'all, one of the things I noticed, first of all, Andy did a great opening performance in his sequin suit. You will see. And the first presenter of the night was Karen Huger, y'all. Yes, listen, y'all. She came out. She looked good. She's definitely a little thicker, but I mean, she looks healthy. She looked radiant. And y'all, she got a standing ovation. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to say, look, I don't think she's learned her lesson. Why were people giving her a standing ovation? Kind of like that redemption story. I mean, she did her time. You know, we can argue that she should have gotten more time or what have you, but she did her time. Um, she's still under contract with Bravo, so she was there to work. And she came out for the first award, which was the Shade Thrower Award. And that went to none other than Miss Phaedra Parks. So the first award went to Phaedra. Phaedra looked good. She has on a red gown. She's got the girls out, all the things. She looked great. Some of the other awards of the night was I thought it was really cool. It was the award where Fight Over Nothing. That went to Angie and Mary. And y'all, that was the infamous fight over the fart. Mary, Angie, and when Mary got upset with Angie when she said that her and Brahma laughed at her because Angie said that she farted and it was her dog. That ridiculous whole thing. That scene got that award. And y'all, they also got the Dynamic Duo Award, which was really cool. Think about that Dynamic Duo Award. So, who comes out to present that? None other than Tamara Judge and Teddy Mellencamp. And y'all, Teddy also got a standing ovation. Um, she looked good. Word is that no more tumors, that she is cancer free. And the two of them, because, they are two friends, Tamara got choked up and cried. Some might argue that was a little fake tears. Teddy even gave her a little shade. It was fun shade. But nonetheless, y'all, dynamic duo went to Angie K and Mary. It was great to see Mary. She was awkward per usual. Angie did most of the talking. Mary was just kind of like, we want another award. And she was like, I almost didn't even come, which is so on brand for Mary M. Cosby, honey. But she looked great. Mary had on a gold gown. She's fully covered, but Mary does that so elegantly. Her and Angie both look gorgeous. Um, oh, another moment from the Bravos. Vicky Gumbelson, the OG from the OC, comes out with Andy, and Andy officially asked her back to season 20 of Real Housewives of Orange County. And y'all, she officially accepted, and Andy pulls out the orange from his sequin jacket and hands it to her. She's officially an orange holder again. So Vicky will be back for season 20. And we got to wonder, so what does that mean now for the cast? I will tell y'all. Katie, Janella, was not sitting with the ladies of OC. She was sitting at a whole different table with Denise Richards, with Gertie. So there was no camaraderie there. I'm kind of afraid our girl Katie might be on the outs. Let me also state, y'all, that Andy came down and he had made a shady comment in his opening remarks about Slade, which he asked Gretchen about, did she have like any heartburn over it? She thought, no, it was great. And Gretchen got booed. Hmm. She got booed, and rightfully so. I was booing right along with the crowd. Yeah. So there's that. Some other notable awards. The Fashion Forward Award, of course, went to none other than Miss Bronwyn Newport. Who else? She had on a Siriano gown. It's had this white flowy piece to the front, black gown, kind of skimpy on one side, but true to Bronwyn, she rocked it. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Um, Best costume always goes to Sierra. Yeah, from Summer House. She knows how to rock a costume. So there was that. Um, there were others. Let's see, another award we had. Oh gosh, those are the ones that kind of stand out. There were others, but I'll let you guys watch on Sunday night so that you can get the full thing. Those were the most highlighted moments that I can recall. Um, Now let's talk about today. So today's been a long day. But I started off with my first panel of the night, which was the Georgia Peaches, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, listen, full panel, we had Portia, Shamia, Drew, Angela Oakley, Kelly. We had Phaedra, Cynthia, um, all the girls minus K. Michelle. K. Michelle was not there. Though we do know that K. Michelle definitely is in the new season, season 17. Portia was saying that, season 17 is going to give the girls at Salt Lake City, a little something to wrangle with. Child, they're going to have to show and prove to me because so far nobody's touching Salt Lake City, in my opinion. Y'all weigh in, let me know. But they're saying that season 17 is going to bring it. I was not thoroughly impressed with season 16, but I'm always open to give the girls another chance. We'll see what they're giving. K. Michelle, she is kicking up dust over there. But like I said, she was not on the panel. She was not there. So I don't even think she's at BravoCon. So there's that. Um, some of the things I noticed, Drew is still very shady with Portia. There's still some things going on there. Hmm. Shamia and Portia still have not made up, which I found that to be sad. They're both hopeful, but no movement there at all. No, not at all. Um, Cynthia got a lot of love, and rightfully so. She loves being the friend of, or so she says, and she got a lot of love from the crowd. Angela Oakley also got a lot of love, y'all, and y'all heard me say it. Shout out to my Bravo bestie Joey. Joey was slow to warm up to Miss Angela, but now he is on board. Angela Oakley is that girl. She looked great, y'all. She had her fan, and she will actually be selling those, so look out for that. Some of the other things were Drew and Shamia are supposedly going to put out some music for Christmas, something they're working on together. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah. And Phaedra is representing Kelly. Uh huh. With all her divorce woes and some of the things that the fallout from the divorce and some of the financial things she's going through. Phaedra is representing her. And Kelly kind of made it sound like she was doing it pro bono. So yeah, there's that little tidbit. Um, Other things, there was a lot of infighting and shade throwing. So it looks like this may shape up to be a good season after all. Next panel I went to, we got to see pre-screening for Vanderpump Rules. Now, y'all, let me tell you, I don't know how many of you guys out there are Vanderpump Rules fans. I am. The original ones, they're hard to replace. And Lisa Vanderpump made sure to say she realizes that. So this is not to replace what was. This is a new kind of fresh cast. But I'm going to tell you something. This cast is interesting. If you give them a chance, I think we've got another hit on our hands. We watched the first episode to its entirety. It was really good, y'all. I'm already hooked. So look out for Vanderpump Rules. It is coming soon. Nice cast. They're going to have seemingly some not contrived drama. It's going to come together naturally. They're friend groups. They're people that have worked together for a while. So it's doing what the other cast did, just with a different group of people. So I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So after that panel, y'all, we were off to Married to Medicine. Whew. Okay. Dr. Heavenly was talking about, of course, she is running for office, and she's very serious about her run. Quad is her campaign manager. But y'all, what I found off-putting, if you will, is the way Toya was tearing her down, tearing down. She was saying that she wanted to make a difference for the underserved people in her community. The people are telling her, that she knows what it's like, how, to be underinsured, to have free lunch. The people are just not feeling heard, and she's out there in those grassroots, getting it from the people, and she's like hard charge to be a voice for those because whoever's sitting in the seat currently now seems to have forgotten their constituents, and she's ready. You can tell that she's real motivated, and Toya did not have one kind thing to say, not one. The other ladies, though, you can tell Contessa is still on that same thing with Heavenly too. And y'all, I don't know if I can stomach that for another season, but she did say that they all asked Dr. Heavenly her why. And she told us that she cared about the people. She was a voice for the people. They felt unheard. And that after Dr. Heavenly had spelled out her why, they were on board with her running. Dr. Simone, who's still not a fan of Dr. Heavenly, did make a healthy donation to her campaign. So there's that. Um, the cast is still divided. You had Dr. Heavenly, you had Dr. Jackie, you had Quad on one side, Toya, Dr. Simone, and Contessa. Um, so ain't nothing changed there either. So we find out that Toya is building yet another house. Uh-huh. So that will be on the new season of Married to Medicine. It is going to air November 30th, so be on the lookout for that. Quad is going to share with us her IVF journey, and Dr. Jackie is helping her through that and got really emotional talking about that because it reminded her when she went through her own IVF journey. And so when she had to give Quad those hard answers to the questions, like the things that she didn't want to hear, it kind of made her relive it. So she got choked up. So that's real. So, Quad's going to be, giving us a bird's eye view into her IVF journey. We're going to watch Toya build yet another house. And she said this one is very Toya, very fabulous. And, this will also highlight Heavenly's campaign run and, her journey to that. So looks like it'll be a decent season. There wasn't a whole lot there. Like I said, not a lot of change with the ladies. There's still that divide. There's doesn't seem to be any movement on that at all. Okay. So from there, y'all, let me just tell you this. Okay. And I'm gonna have my pictures up and some snippets and videos. So be on the lookout for that. We took a little break before I did the Miami panel. And so we were in the Bravo Bazaar and I got to see Craig. He was selling his pillows. That was a huge line over there. Could not get over there. Lisa Barlow, she is also, um, I guess it's a frosty company, APES. I don't know, y'all. But she is now working with them. So she was over in that corner, and we got to meet John Barlow, her husband. You will get to see the pictures there. My husband was taking pictures. John noticed, and he was like, "You have a good husband." I was like, "I do." And y'all, it's so funny. He was talking to my husband Ryan and said, man, you are a good one. If I had a bottle of Vita, I would give it to you. And so I was like, what? Because if y'all ever hear me and Joey and our banter about Vita tequila, Joey, one of his jobs is bartending and he's yet to see it anywhere. So Ryan goes back and he asked John Barlow, okay, man, like, so where could I get it? Like, I'm going to buy it, where can I get it? And he said, I don't think we can send it to North Carolina, but you have to order it online. So there's that. Okay, guys. So, Lisa's always pushing Vita Tequila. They need to get it in more bars. They need to get it out there. But John was super nice. I will be sharing with you guys my pictures. Also got to snap a picture with cute little Gia Judice. She was out there. The poor baby looked so tired, but she was smiling and so gracious. And I told her we all are rooting for her on Special Forces, and she is kicking butt. She thanked me. She's really sweet. You'll get to see that too. All right. On to Miami. Talk about chaos. Oh my gosh, y'all. Listen, okay. So we had the full cast, honey. We had Stephanie. We had just all the ladies, okay? So I don't even have to name them, honey. If you watch Miami, every lady was on that stage. Stephanie is having the time of her life, okay, in Vegas. They said she was out till 3 in the morning this morning. Stephanie has new boobs, y'all. This is nautical Steph times 10. She's fun, you know? She's still pretentious. She still brags. But I'm liking the new Stephanie. I think you guys are going to enjoy her on this next season. But some of the things that came out. So Alexia tells us that last night after the Bravos, Adriana, her, and Marisol made up. But then that seemed kind of not true as we got further into the panel because you know how Marisol is, okay? We also find out that Julia and Adriana supposedly made up. We also find out later in the panel that's not really true. I mean, I don't know what conversation they had at the Bravos. Y'all, maybe they were feeling good and just chatted it up a little bit because all the Bravo lives were right there together. I don't know, but the shade that was thrown on that stage this evening, there's still issues. So, what was the funniest things that stood out to me? Y'all, number one, Julia stands up and she's now in like opera school. Yeah, she's really taking this opera thing seriously, guys. And so, oh, let me also tell you the moderator for that panel was Kiki Monique. hmm Good old Kiki. She was out there. And she wanted to know if Julie would sing some opera for us. And I was like, we were all like, no. So she puts together a little song for Adriana. Child, I got it for y'all. I will drop it tomorrow morning. Listen, get your ears ready. It's an ear burner, okay? Nonetheless, as we get more into it, Adriana, per usual, and does her antics, pulls out none other than a coffee machine. And y'all know where that comes from, that Haitian mortician. Okay. She tells us that it's time, since everybody's asking her who the Haitian mortician is, that she's going to finally reveal who the Haitian mortician is. She asked for a young lady in the audience that supposedly had the picture. No one really stepped up. And she kept waiting. It was weird too. It was awkward. Like she pretty much interrupted the segment to make this a thing. And you know how Adriana likes to have that moment where she tries to come up with some kind of gift or something weird. And per usual, it falls flat. It does again. Y'all, turns out all this time we're waiting and we're waiting like, oh, she's going to drop who's the Haitian mortician. Y'all, she comes and claims it's Phaedra Parks. It's stupid, right? And it was equally as stupid to watch it in person. Okay. At any rate, we sit her down. We find out that Larsa and Lisa, though they've made up, Larsa says they're good and they're not. Like she wouldn't let anyone else talk about her, but she kind of still does. And there's nothing strange about that either. Um, Other things. This is what really pissed me off, y'all. So they were asking, okay, let me say it was a couple things. Despite the fact that they claimed that they had all made up, and this is toward the end, Marisol is still doing what she does, puppeteering. So you see Marisol whisper over to Kiki, and then Kiki brings up a question to Adriana, and I don't remember exactly what it was. Oh, but it was something to put Adriana in the hot seat. So it was Marisol puppeteering, and then it got to the point where people started to boo for her to be quiet because it's like, really? Um, Gertie got a lot of love. She's still saying, listen, thank y'all for your support. She was like, because one of the questions was, despite the fact that Julia had apologized, where did they stand? And they stand nowhere. Gertie is still not cool with Julia, and rightfully so, because yet again, when Julia goes to apologize, it was very underhanded. I apologize if I made you feel. And a lot of us started to boo. and just really shut her down, because I really think we all wanted her to hear, not just on retweets or on Instagram or on, comments. We wanted her to feel the energy from the crowd, that we were not happy with her performance. It is not cute what she did to Gertie. She did not, to me, amply apologize for. And that was clear in the audience's reaction. And you could see it on her face. So then she tries again to apologize. To no avail, y'all. It was fake. Um, Gertie does say, because one of the questions from one of the young ladies in the audience was the fact that despite even all of that, she felt not supported by her cast. And how does she stand now with the cast? And Gertie took the high road per usual and said that she knew that she was a lot. She knew that she had big personality and that she was extra, but that she appreciated what every person on her cast brought to the table. And she hoped that they did the same for her. Now, it's kind of her way of saying, that's all I got. I'm not going to speak ill of these ladies, but I'm here and it is what it is. So you got to give Gertie love. Gertie got a lot of love, and Gertie didn't really have to say much because really and truly the audience was doing it for her. Julia got the message loud and clear. Julia did let us know that her and Martina are very much still together, and the rumors are not true. They are not going to get a divorce, per Julia. Alexia lets us know that her and Todd are not together. However, she did break her no contact 85-day span that she had. She happened to see Todd out when she was with Kiki and Marisol. And Kiki was all friendly with him. Y'all know how Kiki gets down. Okay. And so I guess they follow each other now or whatever. But she was adamant that her and Todd are not together. Y'all do with that what you want to. Okay. Um, Pretty much, y'all. They asked Stephanie about the fact that she brags a lot, and Stephanie's like, "Look, y'all, this is what it is. I love money. If I wanted to be a housewife, I could sit home and paint my nails. However, I work." She says, "I work from Monday to Monday. I love nice things. I work for it," and she's like unapologetic about it. And now I'm starting to think, you know what? That's your thing. That's your thing. You can't get mad. She said, "I love the life I live," and she works for it, or she does work. And she's right. If she wanted to sit home and actually be a housewife, she could do it, but she works. And so there's that, y'all. So, Stephanie's really grown on me. I actually, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing her now on the season. Other things Larsa talks about, being in a good place with her boyfriend Jeff. He's there. Kiki Monique said he's striking in person. I didn't see him. We did see Jody stand up. Jody was in the audience, of course, supporting Lisa, which was nice. Lisa is ready to marry Jody. Jody wants to take things a little slower, but we saw that this past season. It was a good panel. Like I said, they're also pretty much in the same place they were. Like Alexia tried to say that strides were made in those relationships, shade was thrown. There was a question in the audience about who they thought was the most overrated franchise in the Housewives, and Alexia tried to bait Adriana to answer the question. Now, y'all, listen. I was telling my husband, now he watches some of this stuff with me, but he's not a Bravo lover like I am. He recognizes some of the names, some of the stuff, and I was just like, she's doing that on purpose. She's hoping to trap Adriana to say something about a different franchise. They're always coming for Adriana, y'all. Oh, I remember what Maricel was talking about. Stephanie and Adriana are in a really good place. They're good friends. Another thing I really like about Stephanie, y'all, is she is not somebody that can be swayed. If she says she likes you and you're her friend, all that chitter chatter, she stands by what she says, and I respect that. Some of the other ladies are not like that. They go with the crowd, whatever said. Not Stephanie. Adriana was saying Stephanie was a good friend to her because Stephanie gave her a platform to perform her music when nobody else would. Marisol tried to say that Adriana was shading Stephanie, saying that she was cheap and only gave $11,000 and something to the producing. And Adriana said that's not true. What I said is I paid $12,000 out of my pocket for the production of my show. And Stephanie put her hand up and she's like, nope, I'm not listening to that. Adriana and I are good. Yes, I gave her this that room for her concert or whatever. We're good. Like, quiet the noise. And it was Marisol that whispered to Kiki to bring that up. And y'all, that is what she does. That is what she does every season. She is known for it. You guys, we got to get on board. That friend up, that puppeteering stuff, that trying to low key produce, to make Adriana look bad. She's still doing it. She did it on the stage. And then, when we got wind of it, there was some booing, and it was basically like, just shut up, let it go. Stephanie was like, nope, not here for it. Adriana and I are good. And it was good to me. Okay. So, y'all, there was that. And then Alexia trying to get Adriana to say who she thought was the most overrated franchise. When she got the question, Adriana understood it as underrated, and she was saying they were the most underrated. And I agree. Miami doesn't get the love I think they deserve, and I hope that changes. But so she spoke from that perspective, and I was glad she didn't take the bait because y'all, they were doing it again. So I'm here to tell y'all not a lot has changed. I enjoyed today. It was a full day. Your girl is tired. I was recovering off of an illness as well. So today is the first day that I actually even felt like something. So I'm still out here in these Bravo streets trying to bring y'all this piping hot tea. Tune in tomorrow. I will be doing more panels and hopefully more photo ops with Bravo Labs, talking to some more of them, and I will bring you guys that tea tomorrow. Can't tell you exactly when I'll go live, so go ahead and do me a favor. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and go ahead and give this live the thumbs up. And if you're watching on the replay, gang, thank you for tuning in, and give me the thumbs up, please. I will be back tomorrow, and then y'all join me next week when I am reunited with my Bravo bestie Joey, and we'll be breaking down some more of this, and we'll be coming back to you with Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Orange County reunion, all 3 parts, all the things. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. Be back tomorrow, okay? All right. Good night.